everybody. I'm here on the TV in your art room, and I'm over there getting your paint ready. Two places at the same time. Miss Wolf has got it going on. I wanted to show you how we're going to make our soft sculpture while I'm getting your paint ready so you can make your own soft sculpture. So we can save some time that way. We're going to be making the soft sculpture like this cute little heart. It's not flat like a painting or a picture or drawing. It's 3D, it's thick. It's going to be a nice big thick sculpture when we're finished. But it is going to start as two flat heart-shaped paintings. And then we're going to put those two shapes together and stuff the inside. We'll do that another day after we paint the hearts and they dry. So I'll show you how to do that in another video. But today I'm going to show you how we're going to paint the hearts. We've been learning about color and how some colors mix together to make other colors. So today we're going to be painting the heart in color wheel order and mixing some of the colors. Here's a color wheel where we have the primary colors and secondary colors. And those are the two kinds of colors that we're going to put in our heart paintings. Now when you get a little bit older, we will also learn about the third type of color called the tertiary colors. And the 4th and 5th graders are making this sculpture with an eye, where the iris, the colored part of the eye, is all of the colors of the color wheel, including the third kind of color called tertiary, like blue-green, blue-violet, red-orange, yellow-orange, and yellow-green. They're going to paint all of those colors too. It's a lot harder to mix the third type of color, but they're going to try and make up some really nice sculptures of an eyeball. It's the same on two sides. Just like yours is going to be the same on two sides with a heart. And we're going to use the primary colors, red, yellow, and blue. And we're going to make the secondary colors by mixing two of the primary colors together. Hopefully you remember how to do that, but if you don't, I'm going to remind you right now. So we're going to start by drawing a heart shape. I don't have the heart drawn yet, so I need to draw it first. We want to make it look balanced, where it's the same on two sides. So in order to draw a heart that looks balanced, all we need to do is first fold the paper. So you're going to fold the paper in half so that the middle of the heart will be where the paper's folded. I did that when I made this one before I painted it. So I'm going to do that with a new sheet of paper, which you're going to get in just a moment after I get your paint ready. So you're going to fold your paper in half and line the corners up. And lay it down on your table and just push down on the edge where you're folding it. And then you'll open it back up and you'll have a line going right down the middle of the paper so you'll know where the middle is. And you're just going to put that on your table. I'm going to put it on the board so you can see it. Now we know where the line is for the middle of the heart. So a heart is balanced where exactly half of it's on one side and half is on the other side, and those two halves look the same. Now we're not going to cut them out where they're exactly the same, but we're going to try to draw it to make it look the same. So we're going to start in the middle, a little bit down from the top. You see that dot? Let me move you up a little closer. There we go. So we're going to start in the middle where the paper's folded and put a little dot that's a little bit down from the top. That's going to be the middle part down right here in the middle of the heart where it comes down in the middle. And then we're going to curve a line up. There's a lot of curvy lines in a heart, and over to the side, and then all the way down to the middle at the bottom. So it's just a big curvy line. It's a little bit straighter at the bottom and a little wider curve at the top where the two big curves are at the top of the heart. So you're just drawing one side of the heart. And then you're going to draw the other side. Curve it way out to the sides and the corner and make it a little pointier at the bottom. My heart's not perfectly balanced. Yours doesn't have to be either. It'll be fine. But we do want to try to make it as equal as we can on the two sides. And then we're going to use a ruler to draw some lines to separate the colors. The first line I want you to use your ruler to draw is the line right down the middle of the paper. So you're going to start at the top of the heart and draw a line going straight down to the bottom. So you got a line right down the middle of your heart shape. Okay, and then we'll need to add two more lines on the left side and two more on the right side. We're going to slant our ruler and draw a line from the middle, the line in the middle, all the way over to the edge of the heart. So now I've got two spaces on this side of the heart. I'll just need one more. I'm going to make that line come out of the same point in the middle and all the way over to the side of the heart. So the lines are connecting right here in the middle of the heart. And I'm going to do that on the other side. Start at the same point in the middle and draw a line, go in the other direction. Now I just need one more. Start at the same point in the middle. So I drew 4 lines, almost like a big X, through the middle of the heart. And they're all touching and connecting right here at that point in the middle of the heart shape. So now there are spaces to paint all the colors of the color wheel. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spaces. We're going to have 3 primary colors. Do you remember what those 3 primary colors are? They're going to be on your plate that you get in just a minute. Red, yellow, and blue. And we're also going to have 3 secondary colors. So 3 plus 3 colors, we'll have 6 colors on our hearts. So we'll need 6 spaces to paint those 6 colors on there. We're going to paint them in the color wheel order. So they're going to go in the same order that they are in a rainbow and in light. Let's start with the lightest color, the lightest primary color, because you will have clean water when you start painting yours, and we want to keep this color nice and clean. We'll start with yellow and paint one of the top spaces yellow. Or you can start anywhere you want, really. You can paint any space yellow since it's the first one. And we're going to paint that whole shape in on the heart with yellow. Try to stay inside the shape that you created when you drew the lines, so it's not going over the line. If it goes over just a little, it'll be okay because the color next to it should have some of that color in it if they're in the right order. Alright, there's my yellow. And now I'm going to clean my brush, dry the brush, because this is the kind of paint that we don't add extra water to. Alright, now I'm going to skip the secondary color that's going to be after yellow. So I'm going to skip the color that's beside yellow. I'm going to skip green and go to the next primary color, which would be blue. So I'm going to put blue in the next space going down. This one's going to be in a little bit different order than the other one on the board because I put the colors in different places, but the primary colors are still spread out where the secondary colors are between them. And that's the main thing we need to do, is to put the primary colors in the spaces that are not beside each other. So blue didn't go next to yellow, red's not going to go next to yellow. There's going to be an empty space between yellow and blue, an empty space between blue and red, and an empty space between red and yellow. So now I'm going to clean my brush. Oh, that made such a beautiful color when I mixed it together in the water. You're going to get to make yours in just a little bit. Here, I'll show you that color. So pretty. I don't know if it looks pretty on the camera, on the video, but it sure looked pretty in person, and yours will too. So now I just need to paint my last primary color, red. It's not going next to yellow, it's not going next to blue, it's going in the space between them. So it's in the space that is not touching either one of the other primary colors. It's not touching yellow or blue. They're spread out because the colors between them are the ones that blend together or mix together in light and in a rainbow that's made by light when they mix together naturally. So we're going to mix the colors together and put them between the colors that make them when they mix together naturally. Alright, there's my red. Now I've mixed all 3 primary colors together in my water, and it's a yucky, yucky brown. Yours might be too. Once you get your paint, which I'm working on getting ready right now for you. You see me over there getting the paint ready? And I'm right here too. Here I am. So now we're going to make our secondary colors. So when you get your paint, you're going to paint the primary colors first in every other space, skipping a space between them to put your secondary colors. I'll make this one first since it's right here on the right. Yellow and blue mixed together. What color do you think I'm going to make with yellow and blue? It makes the secondary color called verde. That's Spanish for green. So I'm going to paint my verde, my green, in between yellow and blue because yellow and blue make it. It looks like I didn't make quite enough green because this is a big heart. So I might need to make some more. And when I make more, I want to try to get that same shade of green, not lighter, not darker, Try to get it the same so it'll match. And you might have to do that too. If you run out of paint, you'll have to mix some more of the paint together and try to make it as light or dark as you did the first time so it matches. So my green is spilling over in my yellow, but yellow was in green, so it can just mix right on in. Now if I was mixing red and green, it would turn gray between them. Not a pretty color. We're trying to make some beautiful, bright, true, pretty colors for this beautiful true heart sculpture. All those pretty, beautiful colors. Alright, so there is the green. That's a lot of green, that was a big space. And I'm going to clean the green off my brush. It's okay if you go over the line. I went over the outline a little bit of my heart when I painted it, because after it dries, then you're going to cut it out. And I'm going to cut this one out, so it's okay if I went over that line. I can just cut off the part that goes over. Excuse me. Ooh, excuse me. Alright, now between red and blue, I'm going to mix red and blue. Blue's darker than red, so I might need a little bit more red in it. What color do red and blue make? Yep, they make violet. This should be kind of a grapey violet, like grape juice or grape jelly. That's a true violet. And I'm going to paint that violet in between red and blue because red and blue mix together to make purple. Violet, they make violet. And purple is a tint of violet, it's just a lighter violet. When you add white to violet, you get purple. And grape jelly and grape jam is almost purple. Because violet is almost purple. Okay, so there is the violet on the heart. That's a big space. These hearts are very big. We're going to make a big, fluffy, soft sculpture. So we need a big heart and some big spaces. If you drew a little tiny skinny heart, I probably will ask you to draw it again and make it fatter and thicker and wider, because we need some nice big round hearts to make a big soft sculpture out of it. Alright, so between red and yellow, I need to mix red and yellow together. We'll do that between them on my plate. Get some more red in there. I don't want to get blue in it. I'm trying to avoid where the blue is on my plate, because if I mix the blue in with the red and yellow, I'm going to get brown or black. I'm not going to get a beautiful secondary color, orange. So don't want any blue in the orange. Blue is the opposite of orange. And all I need to do now is paint the orange space. You're going to paint yours in just a minute. I hope you're excited. So we're going to paint the heart today. Going to draw it first and then paint it like a color wheel order, making your secondary colors like I just did. I'll keep the color wheel up here on the board so you can see how to mix the colors. Because orange is between yellow and red, that's how you make it. Violet is between blue and red, that's what you use to make it. Green is between blue and yellow, and that's what you use to make it. So you're going to make them yourself, make your secondary colors yourself on your plate. And then once you have all those colors painted on your heart, we'll put it aside, and tomorrow we will cut it out. And then you're going to make a second one. So after you cut out the heart shape, like I cut this one out, you're going to lay this heart shape on another big yellowish manilish piece of paper like that one. You're going to lay it down and trace it and make another heart that's exactly the same size. And then you're going to paint that one. So after you have your second one painted, then we'll cut it out when it's dry. And we'll put these two together back to back so you can see one on the front and one on the back side of your sculpture, like this one. You'll see a heart on the front and a heart on the back. Colors might be in different places too. And after they're both dry, we can put some silly faces on it. I mean, this one looked like it was sleeping, and this one's awake. So we got awake and asleep. You could make a happy and sad one, or you could just make some cute faces. Just some simple shaped lines and shapes for faces with some Sharpies. And then we're going to staple it on the edges and stuff it. I'll show you how to do that in another video, or stuff it with some paper. And we'll close it all up, and we'll have our soft, squishy sculpture. It's not really a pillow, but they do look a lot like pillows because they're soft and squishy. But it is art, so we wouldn't want to squish it too much or I might tear it. We could hang them up, could put a string on it and hang it, or we can set it up somewhere. It's a beautiful work of art. I hope you're going to have fun making yours. Yeah, I'm ready to give you your paint now.